Hari Om. My name is Mary Mahil, and there's a very specific reason that I chose to come to Yoga Gurukul. I've heard a lot about it, and I must say that coming here has been a very fascinating experience. The entire course has been for about less than a month, but in the 1 month, in the 26 days I've spent here, I've learned a lot. It's been an inward journey, very spiritual for me, mentally and physically, but I must admit it's been very intense as well. The schedule includes getting up at 5 o'clock, and throughout the day there are various activities. Other than yoga, there's karma yoga. I must tell you what karma yoga is about. It is about selfless service. I mean, just doing good for others without thinking about the benefits. So it really helps you to grow spiritually and as a person, because normally in day-to-day life we are always looking for rewards. But here, when we help others, we realize that it is our duty, something that we are probably meant to do. As a person, I must say, I've grown, and I've learned that we need to give back to nature. We need to give back because we've got such a lot. Our life is full of blessings and gifts, and very often we tend to take things for granted. So after coming here, I've realized that it's very important for every person to go on this kind of a spiritual pilgrimage from time to time, maybe in a year, and help others, think about others, because we owe it to ourselves, to our family, and to the planet. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hi, I'm Brendan from Singapore. I'm going to talk a little bit about the course. Throughout the whole journey, before coming here, what I felt was that, it's just going to be 1 month. It's going to be easy at the end. We're going to learn a lot, and you're just going to be away from city life a bit. But throughout the course, what I gathered was much more than that. I met really good friends from all over the world. A lot of my Indian friends from over here, they are teaching us a lot of things new every day, and to gather a lot of experience of why people came here to the course. The course started off with a really good pace, and throughout the whole course you learn so much things about yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga. You learn about just really connecting with others. And one part which towards the end of the course, what happened was that people started feeling slightly emotional, because it's not always easy being away from the usual comfort of home. But throughout the course, what you realize on the last day of the course is that your friends are always here, and you have a shoulder at any time to lean on. So you really just enjoy the whole journey, and looking back, I'll come again.
Hi, I'm Josh from Tasmania, Australia. I had a really good time in the course. It was so good that I actually bought the t-shirt. And probably one of my favourite parts was the food. It's just it's really good. I'm not looking forward to going home and eating Australian food anymore. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. They fed us 3 times a meal. It was all fresh. Yeah, they grow most of the food here. They cook it on site. They serve it on site. You can eat as much as you want, even though you're not supposed to eat too much. It was good.
Hello, my name is Victoria. I'm from Germany, and I'm very happy that I attended the teacher training course. I was a bit worried at the beginning that it's too difficult for me. I've done a little bit of yoga before, but not daily and not for many years. But I must say we started quite nicely. We learned yoga from the beginning. We had 2 hours of yoga every morning and every evening, and they explained every position with precautions and benefits and showed it twice to us, so we could practice that very well. And after 1 week we had one exam in the evening, and we should show the 10 first asanas we've learned. And then the next 2, the second week and the third week, we practice some more advanced asanas, and but that was also quite nicely, because they showed us again, and we could continue by ourselves as well during the free time. And we had one more exam on that as well in the third week. We are all very surprised how much we learned during the last 26 or in total 28 days. And I think, you should try that as well. It's very, very helpful for body and mind. And so in the last week, we had, during the second and the third week, we started with micro lessons. So we got divided into small groups of 5 people. And every day we learned one small module of a whole yoga class. So for example, at the beginning we learned how to start with the yoga class, how to do the initial prayer, how to teach the preparatory movements, and how to teach new asanas, revision asanas. So at the end, after 10 or 11 micro lessons, we had this whole big module. And we got prepared very, very well for 1 full hour of yoga class. So in the last week we had 2 exams, practical exams, 1 trial lesson, where we taught 1 hour, and we were quite happy to do that because we practiced every module before. And then we had the final exam where we also taught 1 hour of yoga class.
My name is Michelle and I'm from the USA, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Yogasana practice that we did here. So asanas are the physical yoga practice. It's mostly what I was familiar with back in the US. So doing different postures and poses, and here we got a lot of practice in, and I definitely learned a lot, even though I did regular practice back in the US. So every morning we would wake up at 5 and start practice starting at 6 a.m. and do it for 2 hours. And then we would do it again in the evening for another couple hours. And the way that they structured the course was we started at the beginning from the basics, which is really helpful, especially if you're wanting to teach yoga classes later on so that you remember how to instruct someone. So that was really helpful. And also even for myself and my own alignment and relearning poses that I had already known before, but with some different perspectives. And also getting a more in-depth understanding of what it's doing to me physically, as well as emotionally and mentally as well. So I really appreciated starting there, and it ramped up very quickly to more challenging practices. So even for people who had never done Yogasana before in the program, they were starting to even try to do headstands by the end of the course, which is pretty remarkable after 4 weeks. Overall, it's great. I feel great. My body feels great after doing so much practice. And I'm looking forward to continuing back at home.
Yes, I'm Aditya from India. Previously, I was practicing yoga at home, but little bit of asana practice was, just in the mind that this is yoga. But coming here in Yoga Gurukul, I came across a lot of things that yoga is not only the asana practice, but asana practice also, it's a little bit of a scientific perspective as well. So we studied here at the level of anatomical focus or physiological focus. So that was quite very, very interesting for me and very knowledgeable as well. So that was, really energizing me. That was really interesting that I can really teach someone that, it's very scientific as well. So we can say that we practice a lot and got benefited on scientific basis. We can make anybody understand now that is really scientific. So everybody should.
Hari Om. My name is Anay Deshpande and I am from India as well. I came here just to learn a few things, but now I've realized that after finishing the course I've learned a lot of things, and I will definitely like to say that it won't be easy for you. There will be a lot of difficult things that you have to fulfill. You will have to doing difficult asanas, you will have to do karma yoga, you will have to do a lot of study as well. You will have to write assignments, you will have to plan for the micro lessons, you have to take a teacher training class for full 1 hour. But I'll tell you, at the end of the course you will be really happy that you have completed the course, and like the food, you will enjoy the food here, you will also enjoy the mountains around. There are so many trees, mantra chantings, meditation. You will learn also a lot of things, new stories during the lectures, anatomical perspective view, and also the physiological perspective view. You will enjoy it, you will learn a lot, and yes, I guess this is it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Laila. I'm from Mexico, and the main reason I came to Gurukul was to learn about meditation and what really yoga is about. And I'm really satisfied, because then I thought yoga was only asanas or maybe just some respiration things, but I learned that it's much more, that it has so many history, there's so many things that you can learn, and I found this place to be a really vast, it's full with knowledge, it's full with history, it's full with all that yoga is, that I really, really loved. I think for the meditation part, I learned so many things. I learned what is it about, what should we do, how to get into, what is the aim of it, and that also was really important for me. Yeah, that was really nice. So I also liked what we learned about cleansing techniques. For me, there were very different kind of things that I learned about myself, about the process of what the importance of cleaning is in my body, in my mind. Everything was really profound, and I think for me it was really nice, because I had really problem with sinusitis, and I have struggled it for a long time now. And now that I know how to clean my body, I'm really, really happy that I learned these techniques, that I'm not scared anymore about doing it, that I can do it in a regular basis. So that for me was also really important to learn here.
Okay. Hi, my name's Katie. I'm from England, and I chose to come to the Gurukul because I looked at lots of options for doing teacher training, but I had the feeling that this place was going to be very authentic and very traditional, and that I'd also get to live a very traditional ashram lifestyle as well, and I haven't been disappointed in any of those. Yeah, it really is an authentic yoga teaching that I've received here. And another thing that has been really positive for me is the way that the course is structured, the way that we're very gently, at a slow pace, introduced to teaching, to actually teaching techniques. And we're divided into small groups, and over the course of 10 days we get the opportunity to teach all the different components of a full class, so that by the time we do come to teach an hour-long class, we've already practiced all the different elements of the class in a very safe, supportive environment. And I think that's been really helpful for building everybody's confidence, well, definitely for mine anyway, and also just seeing how much we've all progressed during that time. And we receive feedback, really supportive feedback from each other, and by taking that feedback on board, we've been able to improve our teaching practice. And I think the other thing that I've really liked as well is that there's room for creativity and to start to find your own teaching style. It's not like this is a system that you have to follow. There's space for you to bring in your own ideas, to bring in your own previous knowledge, and I've really enjoyed that. That's exactly what I wanted from teacher training. I didn't want to come somewhere where I was going to be taught a script and a system. I just wanted all the tools so that I could put them together in a way that made sense for me, and I've been able to do that here, so it's been great.
Yeah, hi, I'm Vivek from Mumbai, India. Basically, I was very skeptical about this course, because one would wonder how in 28 days a person can become a teacher. But my doubts are really cleared, because the course is so comprehensively structured that they not only teach yoga, but about the spirituality, the meditation, the history of yoga, and the method in which they teach us is really appreciable, because one should not forget that this is not only a yoga course, this is a teacher training course for yoga. So the teachers, the pain they take to teach us each and every asana, the mistakes which they correct, is really helpful, because we are going to teach them to the other people who have never studied the yoga classes or have never practiced the yoga. Here the ashram is located in such a place that you get quite a scenic view by sitting outside the ashram. everything is quite beautiful over here. And one more thing I would like to add is that we enjoyed the bhajan session very much. That was totally unexpected. We never expected that there would be such a thing in the yoga course. And one more thing about the meditation, the havan in the evening, we are totally occupied for the whole day. So the 28 days course have passed in just a moment, we feel, and it was a good decision to do this course. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Katja. I'm from Slovenia. Well, I came here, the main reason why I came here is to improve my asana practice. I've been doing yoga at home, but it was always slightly different than I was taught here, because the main emphasis here of practice of asana was how to come into a posture steady and comfortable, not jumping, which I used to do a lot at home. And the importance was also given on the breath. I never was thinking about the breath when I was practicing at home. And they teach you all these aspects here in the ashram, like how the body mind is connected, and also through the breath, which is very important and also prevents injuries. Yeah, I really improved a lot during the 1 month. We started with basic asanas, and then we also got to the more advanced ones, and you actually never have the feeling to not be prepared or not be possible to come into advanced asanas, but it's actually really easy. Even though it's only in 3 weeks, you kind of learn and enjoy doing everything of this. And the teachers are very enthusiastic and they motivate you, and yeah, it's really very fun and interesting way to learn here. Yeah, there's also one thing I wanted to tell you about, which is the food here, which is Satwik, and it was quite a new it was quite new for me, and it's very good. And you are able to actually learn how to cook and make the traditional food here, because we were allowed also to go into the kitchen and help the staff make some chapati, sweet chapati. It's very fun, very good, delicious. So it's also something you bring back home. So yeah, I really would recommend it to you. Thank you.
Yeah, one more thing I would like to add is about the teachers, Roshan and Lokesh. Means they are so loving and helpful to us. Even if we made so many mistakes, they were never annoyed or never scolded us, being teachers. So that helped us to build up the confidence, and because of them we have learned so many things and very minute things about the postures in yoga. So it is going to be really helpful to us to teach this all aspect to the aspiring students. Thank you.
Hari Om. My name is Daniel Salinas. I'm from the United States, Virginia, and I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about Karma Yoga, which is a form of humbling yourself through practicing service to others. So some of the things we do here is we clean the halls, we chop vegetables, we replace the water bottles, and things like that, of that nature, that have to be done throughout the entire ashram. And there's days where you kind of don't feel like doing it, and days where you might not try your best, but if you really try to approach that situation with love and without any kind of attachment to the fruits of your labor, then you feel a certain power and calmness within you, and you develop a certain awareness for everybody and a sense of gratitude when you eat, because you realize the work that goes into it, and because sometimes you are part of that work, other times you may not be, but you've been in that role, so you can appreciate it more when it's there in front of you. And it's a very good way to strengthen your character. Just like to say that something drew you guys to this page and to this specific ashram, and I would urge you guys to follow that feeling that you feel, The life here is a little bit rigorous. There's not as much time for yourself to do the things that you think, or at least for me, I thought I would have more time to do these things like reading and everything, but the schedule is pretty rigorous. At the same time, it does make you value the time that you do have and really put it to good use and not just waste it because you only have an hour here and an hour there. So if you guys feel that spark inside you calling, you're here, this is for a reason, and you're here and you definitely get that clarity of mind and tranquility that you may be searching for, and at least just a stepping stone in the right direction for your life purpose.
Hari Om, I'm Ramya Sumanam from Switzerland. I wanted to have an experience in an ashram because I've heard from my relatives that it's good to calm down and to come back down to earth. And I was looking for a yoga school in India, and it has become very popular, but I came across this yoga school, or rather it's an ashram who provides a yoga teaching course. And I'm really happy that I found this school because it is an ashram. They have these rules, no distraction. Also, you can see the foods, they don't have any spices or salty. I mean, all the food is it doesn't have like stimulants which may us distract, but also in whole ashram it's usually very silent, and you have it's in between the nature. So it was very good, also very good to start with a yogic lifestyle. What I liked especially in this ashram or in this program is the mantra chanting in Havan. So it's basically you go there for 1 hour and you start chanting a mantra, and this for 108 times. And at the beginning I didn't like that because I was not used to it, to sit and to repeat one mantra for so many times. First of all, I had problems with sitting, and secondly I had a little hard time to pronounce the Sanskrit mantra. But by the time I could sit longer and I could also pronounce the Sanskrit mantra, and I started feeling kind of good repeating the same mantra over and over again. And yeah, it felt, and by the time I really started liking it a lot. And overall in this ashram it has a very nice atmosphere. It is moreover a non-profit organization. You can see and feel it here, which I really liked, because as it is also a purpose of a yogic lifestyle. Hari Om.
Hari Om. I'm Rudram. I'm from India. I chose to come to Yoga Vidya Gurukul because of the traditional way of teaching that they offer, and that was the main reason why I chose this particular institute. The one thing that fascinated me most was silence. Basically, when I came here, I knew about the schedule, how it's going to be. We are going to have some assignments, we are going to have many asana classes, but silence was something what I wasn't sure about. And we got to know that we are going to have like few silent days in common, and we need to have one silent day on our own. So first of all, I wasn't sure like how it's going to be, because I never did any silence day. And my experience was quite amazing. I mean, yeah, it kind of changed me for that matter, because I found myself like, there are two different things that happens with you when you're in silence. Like one wherein everyone is silent, it's quite easier to maintain that silence because no one is there to talk to you and you have just yourself. And because everyone is in silence, you don't have to struggle to keep yourself silent that much, wherein when you're alone doing silence, people would come to you and try and talk to you and you would have to avoid them, or it's a struggle to maintain your silence then. By the end of it, like, what my personal experience was, I felt quite calm and connected to myself, when there were few moments wherein I felt that it's a struggle. I mean, why am I not talking? It's so much easier to talk. But yeah, it's like once the day is over, you realize the power, like, you have the ability to not to speak to anyone and be with yourself. You understand how well you are to be with yourself, whether you can stay alone with yourself or not. So it was quite a nice experience and it changes you a lot. Hari Om.
Hi, my name is Ivana. I'm from Mexico. The principal reason that I came here was because I want to improve and to find like inner peace and to improve my spirituality. But I think that I found much more things here. I learned many things about yoga, and I now know that it is a science. I didn't know that, so it was like a special thing for me to find. And I have been teaching. I am a fitness instructor, so this is very different for me. So what I have learned here, I want to take it to Mexico and to give and to approach the people that this experience changed my life. And I must say that I have a before and after in my life from this experience. I have learned that I have learned, oh my god sorry, I have learned too much, and the best thing I think I learned was from my brothers and sisters from another mothers and another but because now I feel like they are like my family. Also the teachers here were very kind. I must say that I found very beautiful people here, and okay, well, I can't say anything else. Hariom.
Hariom, my name is Payal. I'm from India, Mumbai. I came here to learn yoga for myself, and I wanted to take it back to teach people also about it. I'm very new to yoga, and within this month I've seen myself transform. While I didn't know any of the asanas, pranayams, but I learned everything over here, and within a month I could never ever believe that I could perform so well. Meditation is also another part of it, which is very soothing when you are disturbed, so it brings out all your negative energies and makes you very calm. So also I would like to say that silence, when you observe it here, it's like you introspect and you are more connected to yourself. You find that you are your best friend and you don't need anybody else to talk to. So overall the experience was very good, and I would recommend everybody to come over here and experience this. This is a lifetime experience. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to add something important, that I want to approach and to take this knowledge and tools that I have learned here to Mexico, to the people who works in the offices, because I think they have a lot of issues with their health and with sometimes with obesity. We have a very hard problem in Mexico with that. So I want to approach this knowledge and this science in a different way, in a traditional way, because that's the way I learned here, in a very traditional way. It's not only about the body. It is about your mind. It's about your emotions. It is about your intelligence as well. So all that knowledge is like, I think we need, not only in Mexico, I mean in all over the world. So I am very happy that the experience will help me in a personal way, and then I can share with the people around me. And I don't know what will happen with my life, but I am really enthusiastic to give this knowledge to the people I know. Thank you. Hariom.